I'll tell you, Kev, plenty of optimism around both of these franchises, whether we're talking players, coaches, even their fans. Everyone is excited about what the future may hold.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Rudy Gobert is out there with Randle, and it's Conley in at the point. Randle passes to Conley. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Ref's calling it close already as he picks up a quick early foul.
And we got to take a second look to admire that outstanding block.
And making a statement right away, letting them know they won't get any easy ones when he's around.
Memphis with the ball. Morant kicks to Jackson. Back to Morant. Gobert with the block, and they're able to recover. And it's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here. And we have to take another glance at that powerful rejection.
And an early swat like that can really set the tone. Now the shooters will be feeling his presence.
So it's the Grizzlies now. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Heaney. Tries again.
Well, it can't get worse than this. 0 for 4 to start.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Randle is doubled. Outside Conley. Over to the wing. Here's McDaniels. And the 3 off target.
Pressured that shot by getting a hand up just as good as a block.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
Here's Minnesota. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
You got to give them an A for effort. Just fell a little bit short in that one.
If they're playing in their own building, they probably win that basketball game. The reality is it's a hard thing to win on the road in the NBA.
Oh, about time. Starting to wonder a bit if they were ever going to knock a shot down.
Here's Morant. And the layup's good off the glass.
And I'm amazed at Morant's ability to take contact and still stay in full control.
Outside Edwards. Conley sets a screen for Edwards. Pass to Randle. It's deflected. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession.
Let's look at the stats for Mike Conley. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's putting up 9 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And most important of all is his passing. He's a terrific distributor in their offense.
Well, it's certainly one of his best attributes, creating offense even when it looks like there's nothing there.
Now here's Morant. Following the miss by Julius Randle. Outside, Bain to the middle, and Jackson throws it down hard.
What agility there. Look how quick Jackson moves after setting the screen. Perfect execution.
And every year, and Greg, we agree, Bain seems to get better and better as a playmaker.
Doesn't overdo anything with his passing. Looks more and more comfortable creating off the driving kick. He's become a large part of this offensive engine.
So timeout called here, but first for Memphis.
It's time for baseball. If you see yourself on the big screen, then you know what to do. Show us the move.
And a look at the block shot number over the last few seasons for Jaren Jackson.
The blocks just aren't coming for him nearly as much as they were a few years ago. I think he's lost a little something in terms of that intimidation factor and that ability to change a game with his interior defense, and that's too bad.
And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played, it's stolen by Edwards. Here's Randle, finished off the break. Randle's got 7 points in the game. Here's Morant. Right now, he averages nearly 23 points a game, a relentless offensive force. Outside, Payne. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
First personal foul.
It's on Anthony Edwards.
And the guy knows how to score. Bane manipulating the D there to his advantage.
That one is off.
And what you love about Bane is just how hard he works. His drive to keep getting better on display.
Good on the second free throw. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Randle outside. Not 3 off the mark. And Morant's got the ball here for Memphis. Trailing by 2. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
Well, on the road, you don't expect to look so comfortable on the offensive end, but that was the story of the game.
It came down to execution. No wasted possessions, and that is absolutely essential trying to win on the road.
And finished off by Gobert.
How quickly does Rudy Gobert move off the screen? His mobility makes him a tough cover in the pick and roll.
Jackson dishes to Wells. Morant against Conley. And Morant gets it to go. Morant's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Payne against Edwards. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. Now Wells still without a basket. Stolen by Michael Conley. And now the Timberwolves on the break. And Edwards slams it in.
Goodness, Anthony Edwards. Always on the attack. This guy is just so dynamic.
Pass to Jackson. Fade away. And another basket for Memphis.
You know, being that wide open sometimes leads to a miss, but that fadeaway was money.
Here's Conley. And the rejection by Jackson. Now here's Wells. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Timeout called the Grizzlies. Santi Aldama's checked in for Wells. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Here's Morant, and Morant throws it down.
Just superior focus from Morant. His determination is what allows him to convert through contact.
Greg, with how explosive Ja Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
Timberwolves trail by 3. And here is Conley. Hasn't made one yet. McDaniels passes to Alexander Walker. 5 on the clock. McDaniels kicks to Randle. Shoots over Aldama. Randle with the bucket. Randle's got 9 points.
Boy, it seems like every shot he puts up, it's going in. This guy is hot, hot.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, Rudy Gobert has tied for the most Defensive Player of the Year awards all time, but he's challenging himself to do more offensively. He said it's all about just being okay with missing and making mistakes, freeing my mind and doing the things that I work on to get out of the shell that I was being put in. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David Aldridge, we thank you for that report. And that replay showed just how forceful that block was.
And boy, did he get up quick to reject that shot. That's as fundamental as defense gets.
Pass to McDaniels. Back to Conley. Here's Alexander Walker, guarded by Bain. Randle no good.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Morant passes to Bain. Back to Morant. Here's Bain. Jackson setting the pick here for Bain. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. And the Grizzlies lead by 4.
And he just lights it up from downtown. Bain so dangerous from out there.
Conley the pass to Randle. Aldama with the rebound. The Grizzlies have gone 7 of 15 from the field to this point. Pass to Bain. Again the miss by Bain. Timberwolves trail by 4. Takes the 3. The shot's good from Alexander Walker.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Bain. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Hornets in Charlotte.
And this is where Jackson feasts. And at times, he's just too overwhelming for the D, which results in the foul.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And, you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
Taking 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Jackson.
And you love how Jackson Jr. has responded to setbacks and injury in his career. He doesn't get discouraged, just makes him work harder.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Kennard's checked in. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Gobert. Miller comes in for Julius Randle. Clark, he's checked in for McDaniels. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. Clark finds DiVincenzo. Back to Clark. He nails it, and we're tied up.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Pass to Kennard. Back to Morant. Down low. And so the ball's out of bounds. Reed touched it back. And former Grizzlies small forward Mike Skinny Miller here in Memphis to watch the game.
Top 30 all-time in three-point percentage. He was one of the game's elite marksmen.
Santi Aldama's checked in for the Grizzlies. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Minod's checked in. Here's Morant. Minod pulls it in. And Clark has got the ball here for Minnesota. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Grizzlies. That one was played in Memphis.
And they lost a close one last time they saw each other. And you have to think that it was the foul trouble that really kept them from getting the win.
Yeah, some of their starters had to take an early seat on the bench, and that ruined the rhythm and flow they were trying to establish.
Here's Kennard following the three by Minnesota. Gets it to fall. The bucket from Bain.
How about the payback there, guys? You do you, I do me.
Oh, you love to see the competitive fire, a little bit of pride at stake.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. Some changes here for the Grizzlies. Ruff's jacked in, and it's Jaren Jackson in for Kennard. Minnesota also with the sub. Garza's checked in. Minnesota's gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. DiVincenzo against Pippen. Here's Reed. Cans it from downtown. And the Timberwolves lead by 3.
Yeah, Naz Reid, aware that ball hits my hands, I've got to be ready to rise and fire.
Outside, Bain. Back to Pippen. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo with the rebound.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And they pick up 2. Now it's a 5-point Timberwolves lead. Memphis game. Pass to Bain. 1:36 left in the first. Pippen sets a screen for Bain. No good on the 3. Minnesota leading by 5. And their offense is really clicking right now.
Playing with a lot of energy and really taking it to the defense.
Here's Clark. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
I love the defensive concentration so far in this one. They're getting out on shooters and really doing a great job of disrupting the rhythm.
And the other thing that's working for them tonight, getting out into the open floor. A lot of the damage coming in transition.
He's off on the first. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. He hits the second from the line. The Grizzlies trail by 6. Outside Pippen. Jackson looking it over. Back to Pippen. Lets it go with the 3. DiVincenzo with the rebound. Timberwolves leading by 6. There's 37 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Clark kicks to DiVincenzo. Reed with a screen on Pippen. The 3 for DiVincenzo. It's rebounded by Memphis. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
DiVincenzo against Pippen. To the paint. Can they get it? And the dunk by Jackson.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. Julius Randle getting it done for the Timberwolves. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
It seems every season, Doris, we have players speak out on being unhappy with their role.
Well, consider, Kevin, that if you're one player on a roster in the NBA, how coveted each of those spots are, but also how competitive they are. You don't get there without that nature, which means you want to play.
Luke Kennard out there with Pippen. And there's Jackson. Then it's Santi Aldama. And it's Huff in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. Jackson misses. Timberwolves leading by 6. Alexander Walker passes to Clark. Count the basket. Clark's got 8.
How about the timing? Could be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
Pass to Kennard. Launches it. It's Clark with the rebound. Minnesota's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Here's Alexander Walker. From deep, drills the three-pointer. And now an 11-point Minnesota lead.
Of the two offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
And I think because of that, they've gotten the better looks to start this basketball game.
Grizzlies making a switch here. Wells is checked in. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Miller's checked in for Clark. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. He was all alone on that one. Pippen's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Wow, you don't see him left alone very often. And, of course, he makes good use of it.
Back to DiVincenzo. And a great assist by Miller as that one goes in. And the Timberwolves lead by 10. Pass to Kennard. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Here's Jackson. And another basket for Memphis.
And likes the view from there. He's a strong mid-range shooter.
Well, sometimes when you've got size, your release point is so high that you're going to get a good look no matter what.
Edwards' shot is good.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Here's Jackson. And he can't bank that one in. Timberwolves leading by 10. Here's Alexander Walker. He's got 6. Here's DiVincenzo. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. While we got a moment, let's now show you the teams that have led the NBA in blocks during the past month. In fourth, the Timberwolves.
They have been racking up the blocks lately. I mean, if they keep this up, they're going to be a very difficult matchup for anybody.
First free throw is good. Dillingham's checked in for the Timberwolves. And he can't hit the second. The Grizzlies trail by 11. Outside Pippen. Jackson against Miller. Fades. Again, the miss by Jackson.
This has not been a good period for this guy. Out of sync, not letting the game come to him. He's got to settle down and make shots.
Edwards can't hit. And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for the Grizzlies. Pass to Kennard. On the wing, Jackson. Back to Kennard. 6 to shoot. Pippen sets a screen for Kennard. Minnesota with the rebound. DiVincenzo's got his 4th rebound in this one. Right wing. Dillingham with it. Scoreless thus far. Edwards looking it over. Comes up empty here. That puts him at 3 for 6. The Grizzlies trail by 11. Wells kicks to Jackson. Kennard against DiVincenzo. Pass to Huff. There's Jackson with the 3. Reed with the rebound.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Here's Jackson, covered by Miller, with the fadeaway. And with that shot, the Minnesota lead is cut to just 11 on the basket from Jackson.
I'll tell you, individually, he is doing all he can. But right now, somebody's got to step in and support this guy.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Over Kennard. The baseline jumper goes down. DiVincenzo's got the lead up to 13 now for the Timberwolves. Pippen, the pass to Kennard. Jackson with it. That shot missing. Good D by Miller.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
Pass to Reed. Now Dillingham, guarded by Pippen. Miller with a screen on Pippen. Now here is Miller. A 3 for DiVincenzo. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. Here's Kennard. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
What assertive play by Luke Kennard in the painted area doing work.
Timberwolves leading by 11. Now Edwards. He's coming off a 25-point game against the Bucks in Milwaukee. The muscle from Edwards.
Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
You hear, Doris, people now calling Anthony Edwards one of the faces of the NBA. And I'm assuming you'd agree.
100% agree, because the skills are extraordinary. The development in his decision-making has gone leaps and bounds from where it was. Beyond that, Kevin, he's a lockdown defender, one of the best competitors, fearless in the big moments, and one of the most charismatic young men in the league today. This guy is spectacular.
And Greg, talk about a guy who can create for himself. Dillingham can already score on elite defenders.
Yeah, and Kevin, a lot of that is his footwork. You can see the hours he's put into it. And then add in the body control and quickness. Good luck slowing this young man down.
And that one falls for Dillingham. Some changes for Memphis. Santi Aldama's checked in for Jackson. Bain comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Morant in for Pippen. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. Randle comes in for Miller. McDaniels, he's checked in for Edwards. And Mike Conley subbed in for Dante DiVincenzo. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Timeout called, the Grizzlies. Timberwolves making a switch here. DiVincenzo's checked in. And let's now take a look at some of the numbers for Rudy Gobert.
And in the last 5 games, he's made a bunch of hustle plays on the glass more than anywhere else. His rebounding totals in these games shows a dramatic increase from his numbers during the rest of the season.
Back to Morant. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
It's stolen by Gobert. Morant against Conley. That's to McDaniels. Over in the corner, Randle. And he drives in. The layup missed. The Grizzlies trail by 13. On the wing, Bane. Defended by DiVincenzo. Pass to Wells. Lets it go from deep. Rebound, Minnesota. Gobert's got his 5th rebound in this one. Randle passes to Conley. And here is DiVincenzo. Out to Conley. For 3. Here's Gobert. It's hauled in by Huff. And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for Memphis. Bane finds Morant. Aldama with the ball. He's defended by Randle. Wells passes to Aldama. Here's Bane. And again, Memphis no good. Timberwolves leading by 13. Pass to Gobert. And here's Randle, guarded by Bane. And Randle throws it down.
If there is something that defines Julius Randle's game, it's the ability to score through contact, give him the N1.
DB, ever since winning the most improved player back in 2021, Randle has stayed scoring at an incredible clip.
Yeah, Kevin, what makes this guy such a difficult matchup is his size and the ability to drive it. And now what you've seen is this evolution into a legit threat from three-point territory. He is such a difficult cover.
That free throw good from Randle.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Pass to Wells to end the drought. Good. And the nice assist from Morant. Wells has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniels said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." And Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But, David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. Conley gets the bucket.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
The Grizzlies trail by 15. We've got 1:55 left to play here in the second quarter. Here's Morant. Pass to Bain. Now Wells. Here's Morant. The 18-footer is right on the mark. Morant's got 11.
And you want to prevent Ja from driving to the rim, but you gotta also contest him at the mid-range and just hope it doesn't go in.
Gobert in the corner. Randle down low. Defended by Aldama. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Guys, what you love about Julius Randle is the well-rounded nature of his game. Because he works so hard on his shooting ability, it makes his dribble drive that much more dangerous.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Edey's checked in for Memphis. Jackson comes in for Santi Aldama. Minnesota also with the sub. Alexander Walker's checked in. And so he's able to get 1 of 2.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
First personal foul.
Grizzlies have made 3 of their first 5 foul shots tonight.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
The free throw drops for Wells. And Wells drops them both. 1:10 left to play in the first half. Morant against Conley. Here's Alexander Walker. He's got 6, and the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Here's Edey. Rebound by Alexander Walker. Timberwolves leading by 12. Pass to Randle. Conley against Morant. Here's Randle. Not going to go that time. Some solid defense there from Jackson. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Morant. Here's Edey. 17 points for him last game against the Hornets in Charlotte.
And it wasn't only his scoring. The intensity on defense. He nabbed 3 steals that night.
Conley, the pass to Alexander Walker. Here's Randle. And so it's Minnesota enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. We'll return shortly.
Well, first half in the books, and fellas, Rudy Gobert is feeling it in this one.
You look at his work on the glass, it's really about the attitude, guys. You have to want those boards. This guy's been eating. That's right. Hey, Kenny, can you pass me the salt? Chomp, chomp.
I get it. Chomp, chomp. Yeah, so much rebounding. It's about desire, Shaq. But it also is pretty good that you can still chomp, chomp, and have a good position in there.
Great to hear from you two champions.
Ooh.
Oh, you guys are just mad that I didn't bring you any. Ernie, can you pass me the soda? Thank you.
And now, as the regular season marches on, here's how things look in the West as we near the final stretch.
I think for the Timberwolves, they've clearly taken a step back as a franchise. You hate to see that. But something isn't right with this team. I don't know if it's personnel, the coaching. They're going to have to make some changes in the offseason.
And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Nice game. Great performance by Julius Randle.
In those first two quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Well, you can see why they would continue to play through him. He was tough to stop, super assertive down low. Just great work.
And so Conley will bring the ball up for the Timberwolves. At one point, they led by 16. And on the floor for Chris Finch as we get into the second half. Conley and Edwards are the guards. Jaden McDaniels is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Gobert in its center. The Grizzlies trail by 14. Morant passes to Jackson. Pass to Wells. Now here's Bain. Nailed from three-point land. Bain's got 10 points.
This is why you got to stay up on Bain or pay the price.
To the inside. Here's McDaniels. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 3 assists in the game. Here's Edey. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. The shot by Wells, no good.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Pass to Randle. Over Jackson. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
Wow, what a start to this half. 3 for 3, dictating the pace on the offensive end. They're rolling early.
Morant passes to Jackson. And they double up Jackson. Pass to Edey. Here's Morant. That's his 6th field goal today. And that makes him now 6 for 11.
And what a show Morant is putting on. Every time he touches the ball, you feel like he's going to score.
Randle with the ball. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
There is a reason his nickname is the Stifled Tower. Send it back, Rudy.
Outside Edwards. A nice shot by McDaniels. McDaniels got 5 points now this quarter.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
Here's Edey, defended by Gobert. Inside, here's Bain. And he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Putting some real power behind his motion. Bain takes it straight to the rim.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He wants to talk to his guys.
Yourself on the ground and you show your best move. Let's go.
And this gives us a moment now to show you the rookies with the highest shooting percentage over the past 10 games. Well, you look at Edey, a great player, second in the league. To the right side. Gobert down low. Here's Edwards. Gobert dishes to Edwards. Grizzlies with the rebound. Edey's got his 7th rebound here tonight. It's stolen by Randle. Edwards passes to McDaniels and finished off by McDaniels.
Oh, such an impressive athlete. Mr. McDaniels sent it in.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Jaden McDaniels at the line for one.
Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Took him no time at all on that one. Edwards got 5 points now in the quarter.
This guy is constantly refining his game, and Anthony Edwards is dangerous from three.
Morant passes to Bane. Now Jackson. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
And that is quickly becoming Jackson's domain. He's such a strong finisher in the paint.
Three-pointer, Randle. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Here's Edey, defended by Gobert. Bane drawn the double team. Just 5 to shoot. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Pass to Gobert. Now here's Randle, guarded by Jackson. And here is McDaniels. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Jaren Jackson.
Well, with his strength, Julius Randle can absorb contact easier than a lot of players. This guy is not going to be intimidated.
That free throw good from Randle. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for McDaniels. And so he hits both. Here's Morant. He's got 13. Outside Jackson. Bane looking around. There's a good screen. Down low. Edey. And he jams it with authority.
How about the assist coming off the deck? What a pretty bounce pass.
Oh, here's Edwards. 13 points in the game. And, Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
Free throw good, Edwards. And it seems a new era is upon us, GA. A lot of young stars and young teams vying for the status of household names.
Kevin, the casual fans might have to update their frame of reference, right? Especially since a lot of these new stars are playing in smaller markets.
That one is no good.
Boy, young talents like Anthony Edwards, so exciting to watch. You know, you've got to adapt to the NBA and continue to grow and reach your potential. But there's this infectious joy and a great smile that he plays with.
Here's Morant, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Morant's got 4 points this quarter.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Conley, the pass to Edwards. Gobert with a screen for Edwards. Offensive rebound. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Agidi picks one up.
It used to be a smart play to foul Rudy Gobert because he struggled from the free throw line. This guy's so much better now.
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
They made a point to protect the rim, challenging shots all game long, and the block total is off the charts.
They've also been scoring on the break. With how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court, anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
And those advanced numbers, Doris, they show Rudy Gobert is historically great.
Kevin, I love that you are an analytics lover, but for me, it's about the eye test. Rudy Gobert has won the Defensive Player of the Year on more than one occasion. He's played on winning teams, and he's been an integral part of their success. He is one of the all-time great defenders we've seen. What you love about Rudy Gobert is he understands his strengths and where he can impact the game. That is primarily on the defensive end, but also as a screen setter offensively.
Conley, the pass to Gobert. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, the defender all over.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
Rudy Gobert taking 2 shots.
The first one falls.
Rudy Gobert has been consistently great on the defensive end of the floor as a rim protector and shot blocker.
And he makes both free throws. Timeout called the Grizzlies. Nice game. Great performance by Julius Randle.
Guys, you have got to find a way to slow this man down. This is a great timeout.
Now on the court, it's your high squad. Get down and let them hear it. Who wants a free t-shirt? Give your feelings.
Let's go to the 2K leaderboard and see which teams have been the NBA's best in the rebounding department. Second, the Grizzlies.
You know, it's not necessarily a glamour stat, but make no mistake, their top-notch board work has been a huge key to their success.
And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for Memphis. 19-point game. Here's Edey, defended by Gobert. Edey can't hit.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And that one is good. Randall's got 22 points.
Off the bounce into the jumper, Julius Randle makes it look easy.
Outside Jackson. Here's Edey, defended by Gobert. Here's Payne. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Clearly a foul.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
And he's at nearly 90% from the free throw line this season, so having a terrific year.
First one falls for him. And Payne drops them both. Timberwolves leading by 19. And here is Conley. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. For 3, Edwards. Edey with the rebound. The Grizzlies have gone 8 of 12 from the field since the beginning of the third. Aldama passes to Jackson. Payne with it from past the arc. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got 11 rebounds in the game. Edwards, that's good.
Well, we know this about Anthony Edwards. This guy, one of the stronger guards in this game. That's a tough finish.
Here's Morant. And Aldama has it in the corner. And then Morant rams it in.
And leave it up to Morant to put on a show. What a spectacular dunk.
He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Reed comes in for Gobert. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Edwards.
One shot.
And there's no doubt Morant near the top of the list of elite scorers in this league.
Pass to Reed. Now Randle. Timberwolves passing it around. Conley surveying the D. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Reed. They grab their own miss. And then Randle slams it in.
Wow, Julius Randle with a little flavor on the finish.
Outside, Payne. To the inside. And they double up Jackson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Julius Randle picks one up. The Grizzlies have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10.
Jr. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Off's jacked in, and it's Luke Kennard in for Payne. Clark, he's checked in for Minnesota. And he makes the first, but misses the second.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Reed with it. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. 4 on the clock. Randle no good. The Grizzlies trail by 19. Now Aldama. He has yet to score. Morant with a wide open look. Hits the 3-point bomb.
Well, individually, he is doing everything he can in this 12-minute session, but he's just not getting enough help.
Here's Randle. From down in the low post, it goes. Randle's got 13 points in just this quarter.
What an aggressive mindset in this period. He's starting to take over.
Pass to Jackson. Over Randle, and the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
To the paint, it's stolen by Aldama. Now, here's Kennard. .131 left to play in the third. Morant kicks to Jackson. To the middle. Here's Aldama. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
And now they're shooting it pretty well. That was not something we would have said in that first half.
Randle down low. Jackson on him. Now here's Randle, guarded by Jackson. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. That's on Jaren Jackson.
Well, there's a certain edge that Julius Randle plays with that allows him to draw contact.
And he makes the first.
And done a much better job from the line this half. They've gotten that percentage up over 80 for the game.
And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Wells, he's checked in for Santi Aldama. And Pippen subbed in for John Morant. Dillingham's checked in for Minnesota. He doesn't get the second one. The Grizzlies trail by 15. Wells wide open. Drills it from outside. Wells has got 8.
You simply must play better defense than that. This guy is too good from distance.
Pass to Dillingham. Back to DiVincenzo. And it's Pippen in the corner. Here's Huff. Guarded by Reed. And it's good. 2 points. Huff's got his first points of the game.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. 3-pointer, Randle. Trains the 3-pointer. Randle's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Timberwolves. Pippen feeling it out a bit. To the inside. And with that shot, the Minnesota Leafs cut to just 11 points in the basket from Jackson.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
Julius Randle getting it done for Minnesota. He ends up dropping in 2 from distance, making a difference from long range in this one. And we'll be back with you shortly. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Pippen is out there with Desmond Bane. Then there's Wells. Then it's Santi Aldama. And it's Huff in at the 5. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Pass to Bane. Shoots the 3. Rebound, Minnesota. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Their next game, playing at home, is the Nets coming.
Oh, give me a little sauce. Anthony Edwards rise high and finish over the defender.
On the wing, Bane. Edwards defending. Up top, Pippen. Aldama. And Aldama slams it in.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right. You could see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
It's deflected. Wells with it. He's against Clark. Pass to Wells from the arc. It's hauled in by Edwards. And now the fast break. Edwards with the ball. The 3 for DiVincenzo. Good on the 3-point shot. And the Timberwolves lead by 14.
Well, Anthony Edwards plays with joy, and you love to see him get his teammates involved. Pretty pass.
Here's Huff, and there's a nice one-handed slam.
And cutting into the lead with the big one-hand throwdown.
That's how you get your team back into it. And it's Desmond Bane with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Dillingham's checked in for Minnesota.
Now into the lineup for the Timberwolves. Number 4, Robert Dillingham.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. To the paint, here's Edwards. Edwards making a statement.
Well, Anthony Edwards came into the league with a reputation as a scorer. He is starting to hum a little bit right here.
Here's Pippen inside. Aldama gets the bucket.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Outside Edwards. Grizzlies with the rebound. Payne for 3. Anthony Edwards with the rebound. Pass to Dillingham. DiVincenzo with it. From outside, off the mark.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Payne with the bucket.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Got a piece of it. Outside Edwards. A beautiful finish inside by Ant.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards in the painted area is going to be a force. Size, strength, and hops. Look out.
Pippen, the pass to Huff. Back to Pippen. Bane drawn the double team. They get the rebound. Another shot. A nice shot by Huff.
I like that decision right there. Don't try to force a shot inside. Kick it out.
Outside Edwards. Pass to Minot. Here's Dillingham. Guarded by Pippen. And that one's on target from the wing. And the Timberwolves lead by 12. And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for the Grizzlies. Outside, Bane. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Here's Dillingham. Grizzlies with the rebound. Huff's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Pass to Aldama. Lets the 3 fly. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Reeves got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Dillingham. Guarded by Bane. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. Misses the 3. Wells passes to Aldama. The kick out to Bane. Pass to Huff. Beyond the arc. Rebound Minnesota. Now here's Edwards. And he makes good on the layup. Edwards got 24 points.
Anthony Edwards has got his rhythm, and he's got a well-rounded offensive game. Look out.
And here is Bane. DiVincenzo with the rebound.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot. Well, this has not been his finest hour, but give your teammates some credit for doing the job of stepping in.
Pass to Huff. Outside Pippen. To end the cold streak. That's tipped. Here's Huff. The shot's good on the assist by Pippen.
Boy, that's as wide open as you're going to get. The defense needs to lock in and be better than that.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here.
It's that time Grizzlies fans. Here comes your
latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I listened in on what Chris Finch was talking about with his players. He told his players, I love the energy right now. You look like you're having fun out there. Keep playing for each other because our chemistry looks great right now. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Over in the corner, Edwards. Conley against Pippen. Pass to Randle. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. Jackson's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Down low. Outside, Bain. Pulls it from 20. Randle grabs the board. Randle's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
This guy has not been a factor at all in this quarter, and it has hurt the team.
McDaniels gets a wide open look. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 6 assists here tonight. Outside Jackson. Morant sets a screen for Jackson. Outside Bain. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Bain's got 14 points here in the second half. Conley, the pass to Edwards. Inside, out to Conley. Gobert with a screen on Bain. Shot clock at 5. Here's McDaniels. Gobert trying to get open. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. McDaniels got 5 points now in the quarter. Pass to Edey. It's Pippen on the wing. Outside, Bain. Conley finds Randle. And here's Gobert. Outside, Edwards. Got a hand on it. Here's Pippen. Julius-Randle with the rebound. Randle's got 6 rebounds in the game. Outside Conley. Pass to Randle. Shoots over Pippen. Randle no good.
Just strong work defensively there in the low post. You got to be tough down in the paint.
Boy, he really anchors well on the block. Very difficult to back down.
Outside Edwards. Now Gobert. Pass to Randle. Puts up a 3. Grizzlies with the rebound. Pippen's got his 4th rebound in this one. To the paint. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
That pass was about the location. Puts it perfectly into the hands of his teammate.
They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
And the basket by Edwards.
And it's really good to see Edwards knock down the mid-range jumper. He continues to work on becoming more consistent from that area.
The Grizzlies call timeout. Wells is checked in for John Morant. The Grizzlies trail by 14.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Outside, Payne. Gobert pulls it in.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Gobert with a screen on Pippen. Conley, the pass to Gobert.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
The first free throw is good. Morant, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. And Gobert drops them both. The Grizzlies trail by 16. Morant with it. And Jackson throws it down.
And this kid throws down some mean dunks. Jackson showcasing his athleticism on that one.
His 4th personal foul. First team foul. At the line for Memphis, Jackson Jr.
1 shot.
1 shot.
And that one misses. Timberwolves leading by 14. Randle dishes to Conley. 1:24 left in the 4th quarter. McDaniels passes to Gobert. Hells with the steal. To the middle. It's stolen by Edwards.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Timberwolves.
What an effort in the transition game we've seen tonight from these guys. Really pushed the ball, and I think in doing so created a lot of pressure on the defense.
Definitely had a huge edge, and this is their DNA. When they run the ball and dictate the flow of the offense like we've seen here, these are the kinds of games they can have.
And on the year now, tonight's impending victory will push their win total to 47.
And it looks like they're going to spare themselves the embarrassment of being swept in the season series by winning this last one.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for Anthony Edwards.
Boy, whatever was needed, he provided it. He was the jack of all trades. Big bucket on one end, big defensive play on the other. I thought his influence was felt all over the floor.
Now Morant. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Kevin, with Julius Randle. And Julius, you get it done at multiple ends. Where has your focus been in terms of approach?
Just taking what the defense gives him. I'm a lot more patient. Let the game come to me. Don't really try to force things as much. Sometimes I get out of character, but just try my hardest to let the game come to me the most.
Well, you were a big part of the win tonight, Julius. Thanks for your time. Kevin, back to you.
All right, DA, thanks again. That's it, folks. The NBA regular season is in the books. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, Anthony Edwards.